LeBlanc's Food Stores is a traditional family retail business. Our grandfather started or opened our first store, our original store here in Gonzales, in July of 1961. My dad assisted him in the early years, in addition to having a full-time job outside of the retail grocery business, eventually working into that original supermarket and assuming ownership and operations of that one store. My dad expanded to a second location, so now he had two, one in Gonzales and the other one across the river in Pankerville. Marcy and I, like most family-owned and operated businesses, grew up in the grocery business from a very early age. You know, as soon as we could walk and talk, literally, we were stocking shelves or running cash registers. So it was a natural kind of a progression for us to evolve into the family business. That would make us a third generation. Today, I have two daughters in the business. Marcy has two sons in the business and a third still in middle school, so the door's still open for him. So that puts us in a situation where the fourth generation with LeBlanc's Food Stores is currently working. To kind of add to the mystique of the family-owned business, our great-grandfather was also in the grocery business as a general mercantile type operator in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So I guess technically that's where we would be considered fourth generation retailers, third generation with LeBlanc's Food Stores.
We strictly believe in customer service. You got to love it, this business, and it's got to be in your blood, and customer service has always been a passion of ours, which was a passion of our grandfather and father, and it just kind of works, and that's just kind of where we feel like we want to be.
This is what we do. We sell groceries, and so one of the best motivations we have is us. As we've grown and we've gotten more, I hate to use a word, but as we've gotten more corporate, the thing that affects Marcy and I the most is the fact that we're not in that store as much as we'd like to be. So we've kind of rededicated ourselves in the last couple of years to kind of create downtime, but downtime for us is when we're in the store. It's talking to those customers, it's jumping on a cash register, it's stocking the shelves. That's kind of our hobby. And it's kind of nice to have your livelihood and hobby tied into the same interest.
We've been in business 50 years, and I guess our dad repeatedly told us from day one that everybody builds their meal around their meat. First thing you do is you pick what is your meat, and then you pick what are you going to cook with it. We only sell choice Black Angus beef. We only sell naturally, no injected Sanderson farm chicken, fresh chicken. You talk about passion about customers, meat is passion for me. We don't sacrifice quality for quantity.
Associated Grocers is one of those keys to what we do. What is Associated Grocers? It's our co-op distribution center, okay? Which basically means that's where we get 60–70% of our product. Associated Grocers is made up of approximately 200 retailers, much like us, that banded together in the 1950s for the simple purpose of buying better, to buy in bigger quantities, to get better cost, and pass it on to our consumers. Today, that role still remains, but it's grown into much more than that. So they really are a resource center for us. It allows us to be competitive with national chains. We believe it's when you try to be like a competitor, you lose your edge. We prefer to focus on what we do, that customer service, the quality products, competitive prices, and then blend that together under what we know and have learned and 3–4 generations of doing allows us to do. I wish Miss Consumer, our customer, would stand up and say, we want to be treated better. And put that on us as the retailer to deliver. We have 8 locations, and we're headquartered here in Gonzales, so obviously we have a location here in Gonzales. We have one in Prairieville. We have one in Zachary. We have one in Walker. We have one in Hammond, which is our newest location. And then we have 3 on the other side of the river. We have one in Donaldsonville, Plottonville, and Plaquemine.